Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to my real estate channel. My name is Rachel, and I'm a realtor here in Pittsburgh, and I'm here today with my partner in crime, Robert Wilson. I know I haven't been making a ton of videos lately. I have been busy. How many houses did I sell in the last couple months?
There's four,
and they were kind of
this
all
month, last month.
Yeah.
Not couple. Last month, yeah. So I'm on a roll. I've been busy, so the content kind of had to take a back seat. But now that I have a little bit more wiggle room, we are back and better than ever and ready to hit you with some real information today. And Robert, you're going to be leading the way today because he has a very important topic to be talking about today. Well,
so you want to...
let me take it.
Okay.
So today is the day...
That's why you're here. You do want to buy a house.
You do.
You do.
You
really do.
So today's the day about investing. You may consider, where do I buy? Do I buy in Nashville? Do I buy in Florida? Do I buy in Pittsburgh, right? You're watching our video from the internet, so you could be anywhere. So Pittsburgh, great place to buy. Our house prices are relatively low across the country. Our rents are relatively high in comparison to house prices. And then I have a lot of people that are like, well, do I want to wait to buy? The rates are not great. So what do we want to talk about? Where are rates headed? Eventually, rates are headed down. We all know that rates will go down. It's a matter of when. So right now, I personally have been buying homes too for investment properties. And I've been buying a lot of transactions that are just like, they're not home run deals, but they're base hits. It's like, well, this cash flows a little bit. It works. I wish it were better, but it works, yeah. Right? And then the reality is if I get a handful of these deals, they're like, they're okay. They're all okay deals. But you can always find an okay deal. But I see occasionally a deal that hits the market. It's a home run. Mm-hmm. It's me and 15 other people and everybody wants to buy them. And it's like, you got to shoot the moon to get the deal. Well, that's exactly the scenario that's going to happen when rates fall. Rates will fall and everybody's going to want these deals. Yeah. So if you buy the base hit deal today, mm-hmm. when rates fall, your base hit turns into a double. Your base hit turns into triple. Yeah. So you can buy properties in Western Pennsylvania currently that they work. They're not the most exciting thing in the world today, but they really are. They're the most exciting thing. And it could be in 6 months. It could be in 2 years. I don't know. If I did know, that'd be awesome. But the more you get now, you refinance them while the rates fall. The rates fall, they impact everyone, including the people that have the bad rates. So if you can make a house cash flow today at a terrible rate, you can easily make that thing work awesome at a lower rate. Yeah. So,
but do you think it will take renovations on these houses to make them great?
No, a lot of times you can get, like, again, I'm looking for that base hit deal. I'm looking for the one that's like, it works. That a lot of your investors are like, well, maybe I should, but I want to save my cash for that really awesome one where I can do a little bit of money add, a little value add, a little grab. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have the time, I don't care if you're a busy person from the area or if you're a busy person from afar, right? Right. It's harder to do the value add of like, well, we're going to knock down this wall and we're going to update this kitchen. It's way more challenging to do that without being boots on the ground and making this your thing. Yeah. But if you can find the houses that just, you don't change much of anything other than the deed, mm-hmm. and you own it, and it still makes you money today, right? It's going to keep making you money, but when we take that rate down 2% later, mm-hmm. it really starts to cash flow. Yeah. And we know it's coming. It's not a question of, well, will rates ever fall? Like, that's not the question.
So you're talking more about people that perhaps want to be like landlords, do Airbnb?
Exactly.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay. Just wanted to clear that up for everybody.
Anybody that's an investor, this is a great time. No, coincidentally, it's a wonderful time to buy as a home buyer, as a homeowner.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So like we just talked about, I talked about investment properties because personally I like to buy investment properties. So I'll go out there and again, if it's a home run deal where everybody's making, $700 a month on this property, you really have to bid to win it. You got to overpay. You got to make it happen.
Yeah.
No, but I said, if you go for the base hits, it just works. Same thing with buying a house for yourself to live in. Mm-hmm. Right now, if you're just looking for a house for yourself, you're less competition. When these rates come down and it says 5-point-something%, I think the floodgates, I think that's the magic number. I don't know. But I think when it says 5 anything, people are like, kind of hate my house. I'm moving.
That's right? The new magic number. It used to be 4, 3s, whatever. Yeah. So
the new magic number is 5 anything, and people are willing to leave. So when that happens, the floodgates are going to open. So right now, rates are higher than we want them to be. Yeah. They're not as high as they were. They're higher than we want. Right. You've got people that say, hey, let's go look at this house. But it's me and 3 people looking at a house instead of me and 33 people looking at a house. Right. So if you buy today, when the rates fall, and they fall for everybody, mm-hmm. you refinance from the comfort of your own home. Yeah. You just sit there. I call you actually. Yeah. And you click, click, click. Next thing you know, your rate goes from 6s to 5s, right?
Right.
And as they keep going, you go from 5s to 4s. It's just the timeline.
Yeah.
Does anybody know exactly when? No, that's a beautiful thing. Nobody knows. But you might buy a house in the next 30 days and only have this loan for 7 months, 10 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be 2 years, but realistically, 10 months isn't unrealistic either, that rates will fall. So for investors, investor-friendly city, our home prices are way lower than a lot of them in the country. We have a very rental-friendly area.
Mm-hmm.
And but home buyers as well, buy now while no one's buying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if it's a foot race, I'd rather race just you than the whole neighborhood.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. So there is definitely less competition now. There are less homes for sale. I was looking at the statistics and, I was specifically looking at Dormont, Brookline, Beachview, Banksville, Westwood, and Mount Washington. And I have seen that some of the stats in some of the places are a little bit like all over the place. Like in Mount Washington, it's kind of all over the place. And then in Banksville, it's kind of all over the place.
Sure.
But like Beachview, Brookline, and Dormont are very the data is very clear. There's less listings than there ever were. Like the last time the listings were this low was like 2016. But the price trend, it's not going down. It's still going up.
Yes.
So even though there are less bidders, that doesn't mean the homes are like selling for less. It's just not happening. So rest assured that even if you sell your home in 3 years and there's like 2 or 3 bidders on your house,
sure,
it's still going to go up in price. And especially in Dormont, I just sold a house in Dormont, and I think Dormont has seen so much gain year over year, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. I just obviously wanted to add a little bit of shilling to Dormont in there because we're in love with Dormont. Well, I'm in love with Dormont, so but I just wanted to give you an example of the rates are a little bit scary. Yes, your mortgage is going to be a little bit higher than, well, not a little bit, quite a bit higher than it would have been in 2021. Let's be real. But the equity that you're absorbing in your house is not going down.
And that's a beautiful part of Pittsburgh. Yeah. We're not Florida. We're not Chicago. We're not New York. We don't have these
natural disasters.
But we don't have these wild pendulum swings of prices.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you're going to buy a house today and in 2 years from now, like, I made $200,000. Mm-hmm. We're not that market. But simultaneously, you're not the person who's like, I bought a house today, and 2 years later, like, I lost $200,000.
Yeah, that's not going to happen here.
We're not a big swing place. Like, Pittsburgh's just been just steady.
Yeah.
It's a slope, but it's an increase. And it gives you the ability to have good rental properties, has good ability to have good home to own yourself. It's a win-win.
Yeah, and I would say unless you're renovating, as soon as you buy, unless you're renovating it right away, I would recommend waiting at least 2 or 3 years with the house before you resell.
Sure.
Just to gain, something back. But then, refinancing is, at some point, it'll be on the way. Yeah. So it'll be almost like, you're buying a brand new house within your house. So, yeah.
Exactly. So what she said is to sell your house, to recoup it, to all the transactional fees.
Yes, correct.
It does take a couple of years because you have to wait for the house to appreciate.
Yeah.
However, to refinance, you just have to wait until the rates fall. Because it doesn't matter when you close, if rates go down, you can get that better deal, better payment. Mortgages are commodities. We change them. We'll get you the better place.
Yeah, and I would say most people, when they buy right now, they are anticipating to refinance within a year or two. So it's kind of baked into the cake, if you will.
Yes, we should have had a cake.
We should have had a cake. We should have cut it and been like, serve it up to you all. Bake it into the cake. All right. So a little bit of a shorter video today, but very, very concise, getting it to the point. If you have any other questions about anything in the real estate market, I am a City of Pittsburgh and South Hills expert, which is why I added in my little bit about Dormont there. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can give me a call at 412-926-0806 or email me at the email below. And I will also add Robert's contact info in the info box below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be back with more content next week. Until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.